Hello, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be continuing doing the drawings for Inktober. The prompt for this video is going to be teeth. If you want to see the previous drawing, click the top right corner to see it. The prompt for that video is fish, and I think the drawing for that one turned out to be pretty cool. I've wanted to do more drawings with anatomy, and right now I'm just focusing on the head. I thought for this one it should be something more real, I guess. I don't really know how else to put it. The best thing that came to mind was to draw the lower jaw. It would have worked well since, of course, I'm going to be drawing teeth. So that was just the obvious choice to go with. Since I've been playing a lot of Doom Eternal, and I have talked about it a bit in my videos, I just couldn't shake off the idea of drawing gore. Last time I tried drawing gore, it looked awful, but at the time I hadn't yet discovered my style, and that was years ago. So now with a little more experience, I'm going to give it another try, now with drawing a gory jaw. So I was thinking about the teeth. I recalled that I heard this story about a year or two ago, that this boy has this condition where he would grow teeth on almost every part of his body. I mean, not body, but his mouth. And after remembering that, I decided to make the drawing be mounted to flesh where the teeth would be growing out of it. Since I have very little experience with anatomy, I spent about a day and a half studying the skull, the jaw, how to draw the face and head, and the muscles on the neck. So after studying, I start sketching and I immediately draw the skull in the perspective that faces you. At first I thought it looked really cool, I was proud of myself, but as I kept looking more at it, it started to look more and more amateurish, so afterwards I drew a side profile, and I think that definitely looked better, but I still wasn't very happy about it. I felt that I needed to add just a little bit more. So I added the skull, and I made a twist towards the observer to have something different in the perspective, and after that I felt better about the drawing. As you saw, I also added some small spikes coming out from the area of the neck. I wanted there to be more detail, so that is the purpose of those. Towards the end of the drawing, I also added some small lines to it, which are supposed to be the nerves from the teeth. I know in reality those are extremely small, but hey, I wanted to do it. I definitely struggled at the beginning on how to draw the bone, we'll shade it in more specifically. And since I don't have any previous drawings of this, I'm just going to have to wing everything when it comes to it. And right here with the lower jaw, I like how it looks. It's dark, which is fine. There's things around it which would cast a shadow, and also I like how I did the shading for where the gums would be. For the upper jaw, I do think I made it darker than what is necessary. Here you can see me do the first layer of ink for that. I then go over it again because I need to have depth to it, and I think that's where making it darker happened. I do make things lighter as they get closer to the bone of the nose, and after that I just make a few small details to make things look better. So I enjoy drawing the muscle a lot. I have no clue why. My smallest pen gives me this texture which I really like, and it's one of the reasons that I prefer drawing traditionally compared to digitally. I don't think it's something I would be able to replicate if I were to have made it that way. Maybe it is possible to make a texture like that in a digital drawing, but since I don't really do much of it, I don't know how to do it. Here you can also see I added some small spikes along with the teeth that is coming out of the flesh. If you saw my last video, the spikes might look a little familiar to you. They kind of resemble this aquatic plant I drew. In this drawing, I originally made them a lot more round, but I went over again to make it more pointy since I think that would have made it a lot more coherent with the drawing. Here we skip to a point where I've done a bit off camera, not too much. As I said, I didn't entirely know how to do the bone parts, so this was just a bit of experimenting. I quickly draw on the eyebrow and then continue working on something else. I did that quick bit of work just to get more of an idea on what it could look like. I feel like I should explain some things about the drawing. So the mouth is separated and is connected by two wires. One is on the front and one is on the back. The skull is held in place by the mounting flesh, and as that flesh grew, it twisted the skull, which is why it is facing the observer. There are also some spikes which I want to add shards of bone growing around the teeth. And while drawing that, I kind of accidentally made something and that I really liked. It was this spike, and it looked like the gum was being separated, and so I did a little bit more of that on the drawing. Once again, I'm working on the skull. I first did some cross-hatching, which you can see to the right of the skull, and there's some straight lines to the left of it. I prefer how the cross-hatching look compared to the straight line, so I did that. To me, it looks amazing cross-hatched. I'm not sure why I like it so much, maybe it just reminds me of the old times. Then I worked on the side, I'm not sure what that part is called, and since there will be a shadow casted, I do make it a lot darker. And then I finished the segment by shading in the clumps at the top of the skull. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram at redstrove. Subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a like if you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know why. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.